Okay, so firstly, good evening on a January evening.
Good
And
evening.
yes, thank you so much for taking time for the interview and congratulations on the release of your album.
Thank you.
Firstly, I am actually a relatively new fan, I have to say, but whenever I listen to your old songs, but also this new album, I see how innovative your sound is, and we will also dig deep into that. Firstly, how are you feeling? So how is the feedback so far? How are your feelings so far about the
Uh,
reception?
Thank you. Thank you for having us,
Yeah.
and uh, it's been so great. It's just today we got the message from our uh, PR agency that we are voted album of the week in the
Wow.
French Rolling Stone magazine. So that, of course, that feels very nice.
Mm.
But no, it's fantastic. We've been on the lists on most of the big rock, magazines like Metal Hammer
Yeah.
and Rock Hard, and all these great magazines, and Art Shop from Holland,
Mhm.
Yeah.
all this, and so many great reviews, and I also got a sense of that, like from the what you say, um, the fans and
The
the
grassroots
ground, the grassroots thing is
movement.
also,
Yeah.
yeah, it's also extremely, it's moving, and it's fun.
It seems like music is appreciated from
Yeah,
really from
Mhm.
the grassroots movement
so that's fantastic. So
revolving around us. It feels amazing, and of
yeah,
course that's the most important thing that and
Mhm.
people listen to the album, reach out and write to us, and seem to
fantastic.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely such a great thing to hear, right? I was also reading other reviews, and so far the reception has been really positive, I think,
Yeah.
and I think it's really very well deserved.
Oh, thank
Thank you.
you.
Before I want to ask about songwriting, I mean, when I was writing the review, I was actually checking the album cover, I was checking the album title. The album itself has sometimes a very upbeat approach to it, but actually it has a sinister vibe. And already from the album cover, we can see like you see a bit like the God, myself, and the underworld a bit. I mean, this is how I kind of interpreted it, like the inner demons, the dark side. Of course, it's always up to the listener how they will interpret the album. But I want to get it from your perspective, like understand your stand as the songwriters, as the musicians. How do you also the album cover, which is fantastic, the cover artwork, how that came out to be? Can you talk a bit about that, the album title and the album cover?
Well, there could be lots to interpret, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't call it sinister. I would call it hopeful,
Mm-hmm.
and of course the whole album is a labor of our love to
Mm-hmm.
music, and I think that I mean, but the album has it's many seem to think it's quite much back to the roots where we began
Mm-hmm.
12 years ago. But I think it's very contemporary. It sounds like now, and it has the Avatarium, the classic Avatarium touch. It's dark, heavy, and poetic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's riff orientated, and so I mean you get all these good bits and pieces in this new album. And I think that the title opens up between you, God, the devil, and the dead, opens up a lot of associations. I mean, what is in between you, God, the devil, and the dead? There's a
Mm-hmm.
mystery, or there are secrets, or
Yeah.
it's for us to find out while we're here living.
Yeah, it
So yeah,
can be many different things, and the cover is also. I'm glad you asked about. You talk about the cover. It's the start. It looks beautiful. We're
Yeah.
so happy, especially the vinyl cover. Our record label really didn't cut any corners, so that's fantastic. I think God, the devil. It's it's good, evil. That's that's and to be able to know what's good, we have to know what's evil. So to explore, we talk about you mentioned demons, inner demons, and all these kind of things. There are good energies, there are bad energies around. And, we can call them what we want. I call them demons and angels. And, I'm trying to follow the angels instead of the demons. but we have to know what is what. And that might be one of the things with our symbols and the things we try to explore. And, it's interesting.
Yes, like the dark and the light a bit, right? This is also, it's a very good explanation of that, I think. And how did you come to work with Eric? I believe is the artist for the cover artwork. How did that come about? It's fantastic, the cover artwork as well. Yes. How did that collaboration happen?
Yeah, I just have to tell you, when we first got this vinyl sent to us, it's not only this great color and print of the blue and the silver printed on that. It's also a tactile experience. It's heavy cardboard that you can open and so it looks amazing. And
we're happy about it.
Yeah, we are. I was like, wow, this is a dream vinyl. But anyhow, we have been working with Erik Rovanperä since the beginning. He's done several of our artwork or vinyls before, records before. So this, I think, is fourth, I think, that is collaborating with us. So we trust him with our ideas. To understand our vision.
But you had an idea, and you kind of told him it was kind of rough, and then he came up with something. Then we kind of
we had some crazy ideas, or I did, like I usually do, and I had this vision of it being royal blue, which really pops out. And but also when you see it printed on like a t-shirt, it has this, I didn't imagine it because I was so focused on sort of the royal, like, pompous blue, but actually looks quite 70. It has a 70s flavor.
Yes.
You can see it on a t-shirt, so that
we like the 70s.
Yeah. I can confirm, yes. Yeah, definitely. It is perfect. Also matches the whole sound of the album. Yeah, very well done. Let's talk about the songwriting, because I think you both took over the songwriting for this album. How was it for you? I mean, you are colleagues, but you're also on a personal level a couple. And were there any positive, surprising moments or any challenges when you were in charge of the songwriting? Anything that was maybe that went differently than you expected? Can you talk a bit about that, about the songwriting process that came out from both of you?
I think we started to write songs together. I think actually on the EP we did one song, the second EP, but.
And then that might be 8 years ago or something like that.
So, and then we've been writing more and more. And when we did the Fire Long For, then we were to do like the line part of the album. And I think what's happened is that we kind of learn how to work together and to leave our egos or and try really try to understand what's best for the music, and we have an agreement that both of us has to like the idea, otherwise if both of us don't like it, we just throw it away. Try to find a new path, for the song, and so it's, or sometimes we just throw the whole song away. But it's quite easy then, because it is now, I would say, but it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it's
it's
but
time
we're not like, we learn to not be that sentimental about ideas, I think.
And I think we've learned that, and
Yeah.
that takes time as well.
Yeah.
To
So
let go of things
yeah.
and move on.
And I think you can hear that on this album, that I think that's the reason why this album feels really coherent from the beginning to an end. I think it's the most coherent one that we made. I think we are like walking together,
Yeah.
Was there anything?
And also, yeah, this is the third album that we write together, where we write most of the material. So we've carved out a way to collaborate, and it wasn't like this on the first album. It was, I would say, that was different. No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm asking this question.
Yeah. No, it was certainly more intense, because we had also just become parents when we wrote that.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, when I think of that, I get sentimental, because it was such a huge change in my life and in your life, and we also decided, let's go for it. Let's write an album together, and so I think you can hear that vulnerability on that album, which I like. I mean, over time, this is our third sort of album that we write together. We are more confident, we are more mature, I think, both as individuals and as a songwriting team. So yeah.
Yeah, great.
You know that we can write good stuff, and that gives you
confidence.
Yes, and we can definitely hear it in the album. And you also used classical elements of piano, especially, which adds this flavor to the album.
I think it was a good thing. We brought Jennie-Ann's old piano from the West Coast. It's like 500 kilometers.
Oh, wow.
Transported, and then came here to Stockholm a few years ago, like 3 years ago, something and then now we have it in the studio where we are working now, and so we kind of get it tuned and get it renovated and fixed, and so it became a big part of my. I love that piano. I still play on it every day. I don't, but I try to, and it gives me new ideas. It was one fun thing that a keyboard player told me a few years ago. He said, you can't write good guitar riffs on piano. I was like, okay, let's see.
Challenge accepted, right? It's challenge accepted. Yeah. It definitely is one of the highlights of the album, and
a lot of the riffs are written on piano.
Yes. And are there any? I mean, this is more for the future, of course, but do you want to experiment with any other components or sounds, or that has been on your mind?
I think that's important. I mean that both to challenge yourself with new instruments where you're not completely safe, such as playing the piano, or broadening your hearing or the way you think about music, and that. So using another instrument or collaborating with people who bring in their knowledge and musicianship.
We love to do these things. I don't think we have any plans right now, because for once we haven't started planning for another album. But if we make another album, it's always important to have vision and
definitely.
Because you want to get excited about it. We don't just want to, okay, let's do an album. And it's like find a way to get excited about writing music.
Excited and curious. I mean, to I mean, to have that curiosity of wanting to know what's around the corner. Okay, what's waiting there for me and my creativity. So that yeah, to be excited about, about. So and we're still obviously we're still working with the promotion of this album. So it's like it's you know and I really enjoy being able to stop a bit and to be mindful about what we just achieved. So it's great to have the chance and to speak about it.
Yes,
because we reached this point now when we've been doing 6 studio albums and one album, and then that's kind of
we did that.
Time flies fast, right? Yes. Yeah.
All the work, the time that we spent.
But that's it's a good feeling.
Definitely.
Like it's so fulfilling. Yeah.
And you also explored some existential topics. I think you are also yourselves are interested in these topics. Were there any like existential questions, topics that actually came up or were like on the focus in your mind during the songwriting recording process? Anything in particular? Any also
like surviving? No, I think it's. I mean, we are fortunate in that sense that we have been dealing with these big existential questions since the beginning of Avatarium, and Leif Edling brought us into that landscape where you can combine working with these questions on an intellectual and emotional level together with music, and we've continued to do that. And so I feel very fortunate to have that channel or that place where I can pour my questions into, and that will only raise more questions. That's how of course. But so we've never shied away from that, and I think that's the greatness about music. You can be in that and still feel like you're safe, or it is it's a great thing to have.
Yeah, great. And before I close, so what can we expect from Avatarium for the future? I don't know, any tour or anything else. What can you tell us?
We will do a few festivals this summer. We have quite a few booked, but no one in Holland so far, but hopefully.
And we loved it. We played Into the Grave last year, and that was a great experience.
It was fun.
Holland,
it's always fantastic.
Yeah.
But so we'll probably play quite many festivals this summer. Because we already have a few booked, and then we'll see. We don't really know, but we will try to do some shows, some of our own shows. But probably not too long. Probably not a long tour. It's hard for us to do this at the moment. But we want to play. We want to play live, and the album is written to play live.
I agree. Yes.
When we played 5 songs, every song is like perfect live song. I was thinking,
that's true.
Yeah, and so that's I think we have to do a few shows.
Yeah, we have to, because it was just so perfectly natural. It's like and powerful and energetic. So you just want to do that more and develop these songs. Let them set them free and let them grow in a seed.
Yeah, great. Looking forward to it. And some last words, anything you want to say to the listeners, to the fans before we close the interview?
Just want to thank everyone for the fantastic comments and reviews and everything we see on the social medias and everything. It's fantastic. It's really heartwarming. And the people send us pictures, the albums they
Yeah.
brought. It's so fantastic, and so yeah, I want to say thank you. to
Thank you,
everyone
yeah.
who does that, and also to everyone who buys the physical albums, the vinyls, and the CDs.
Who makes this
Yeah,
possible?
because that's how when people do that, you know, gives us an opportunity to be able to make more albums.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're really grateful for that. It's fantastic.
Thank you as well from
you.
other side for this great album. And yes, and hopefully see you live sometime in the future this year. And thank you again. And as a closing of the interview, I wish you a very nice evening. And yeah, enjoy the success of the song because it's very well
Thank you so
deserved.
much.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.